God is good. Can't count how many blessings he gave me, put on me, sent my way since the last time we saw each other. But trust me, it's been at least 5, 6 a day. I ain't talking about money, but I done got paid too. That ain't what we're here to talk about. If you seen the thumbnail, then on the cover of the thumbnail is I believe Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and Lil Wayne. So we gonna talk about that. You can hear me right now, man. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Let's get back in the algorithm. You know we need y'all to do it, man. We can't do nothing without y'all. But as always, man, when it comes down to the entertainment business, I'm gonna give y'all my personal opinion and perspective. Things I noticed, because I know that I notice things that other people don't realize. First and foremost, let's get into this Drake, or should I say Lil Wayne dissing Drake. Everybody expected Wayne to come out on the Carter 6, which if y'all ask me was not a good album. I'm not just saying it because everybody else said. When I tell you, I was actually listening to Wayne when he was 12, all the way up. Before y'all heard of Cash Money, most of y'all, before y'all heard of Juvenile, back that ass up and all that, I had already had the BG true story. I knew that BG was not BG, BG was Lil Doogie, and Wayne was Lil D. And together they formed a group called the BGs. I had the album, I understood that. A lot of y'all think BG is BG because he BG. No, BG is only BG because when that album came out, that was around the time when Lil Wayne mama snatched him off with Cash Money about his grades. And he only appeared on a few songs. So when the album hit the streets, people thought the BGs wasn't the BGs as in plural, but the BGs like as in possessive. And it was one person's story, and Lil Wayne was just on a couple songs. Not what it was. But anyway, that's how BG ended up getting his name. I was a Lil Wayne fan way back then. Back when the first Hot Boy album came out, Block Burner was my favorite song. And my second favorite song, which was Neighborhood Superstar. Either way it goes. I'm just giving. Anyway it goes. What's up, twin? I was just giving y'all a little background on how long I've been a Lil Wayne fan, so when I say this album wasn't it, nobody gets saying, oh, you just hating it, you just following the trend. Now, I'm on. Alright, man, we're back again. I hope I get to stay back this time. I'm in South Carolina. And I'm not in a spot where it looks like I shouldn't be able to get no service. But my thing is on the song Hip Hop. The dude Jay is on that last verse, if that's his name. The dude Jay is on that last verse, if that's his name. Dude snapped on this song, bro. He snapped. I listen to some more dude stuff and see what he's talking about. I'll check him out. I'm gonna tell you some of the things that made me say that Wayne was dissing the hell out of Drake in that song. The first thing that made me say it was a Drake diss is he allowed Big X the Plug on the chorus said fuck the Drake and got the G-Lock. We know he's making it seem like he's saying fuck the Draco, I went and got the Glock. But as you being Lil Wayne and you being the type of lyricist you is, people can't sneak a metaphor past you, bro. Especially not one I'ma catch him. As soon as I heard say fuck the Drake, I said, ooh, fuck the Drake? Damn, that's kind of harsh. And about the G-Lock, I'm like, okay, but you wasn't talking about no G-Lock. So then when Lil Wayne verse finally popped in, all right, man, I hope that we could come into a spot where they quit doing that. He said, no matter who you are, you can't be me. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, they tried to say that Drake was the new best Lil, and Drake was the new Lil Wayne, and then he was the best rapper and all this. All the stuff that you said about his mentor Lil Wayne. But right after he said that, he said, walk it like I talk it. And I'm like, if you don't remember, walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Drake saying that, and that being the chorus on the song with Drake and Migos. There's also a place in that same verse, I remember Drake and Lil Wayne saying 666. You know the way Drake be saying 666 for the sixth God. And there's some more little things in that verse that you can say, okay, that pertains to Drake, that pertains to Drake, that pertains to Drake. But my thing is, why have all those things that pertain to Drake slide through that one verse? Not throughout the whole song, but through that one verse where the chorus is saying, said, fuck the Drake, you got the G-Lock. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm telling you is Lil Wayne is a lyrical, metaphorical rapper. So there's no metaphors you're going to catch in his raps that he didn't know was there. Like, he's not doing this shit on accident. That's why Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. That's why his album is trash this time, because my guy did nothing but metaphors, nothing but punchlines. Like, he didn't tell no stories. He didn't stay on no topics. The closest he stayed on topic was talking about a damn elephant. And I'm like, bro, we know you can stay on topic because you came out with songs like Mona Lisa where you told a story. You came out with songs like Lollipop where you stayed on that topic. I mean, it's Lollipop, but you stayed on that one topic. Everything you were saying was pertaining to the woman in the lollipop. You had songs like Mrs. Officer, where you was talking about the officer the whole time and what you wanted to do with the officer and female officers. But on this album, you go from one metaphor to the next metaphor, to one punchline to the next punchline, and nothing connects. You know what I'm saying? You're not throwing no combinations. You're just throwing punches, wild ass punches. A lot of people don't listen to Lil Wayne no more. But the thing about it is, don't take away the fact that Lil Wayne is a hip-hop legend. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop is the only genre of music where they try to put an age limit on it. You never hear country music trying to tell people, hey man, you don't think you're too old to be singing country music, man? You never hear R&B tell people, Levert, you too old to be singing, man. Johnny Gill, you too old to be singing, man. He's wet, you too old to be singing, man. What the hell you still in love for? Hip-hop is the only genre of music where they gonna try to tell you, hey man, you too old for this. And that all started, and I broke it down with y'all before, with the Soulja Boy revolution. That's why I give Soulja Boy his props, because he fucked up the music business by snatching it and giving it to the kids that didn't know nothing. And they started raising kids without knowing nothing. And now we got YNs right here that don't know nothing but to shoot the block, put the switch on it, get the money in it by any means necessary. Don't have no morals, don't have no respect, don't know none of the rules of the game. And they just on the music. I'm talking about the life game, because we all know we was raised by rappers. We all know we was raised by the fathers on TV, even if we had a father in the household. You know what I'm saying? Every generation had they Al Bundys and they Bill Cosby's and they Carls and you know what I'm saying, Uncle Phil's and all that. People who you seen every day as an example of how to do right and avoid these pitfalls in life. This new generation don't got that. You know, they gonna have Bernie Mac, but Bernie Mac gone. Everything else is Netflix, so it's so bad. Even they got Mike Epps out here with a TV show being the daddy, smoking weed and you know what I'm saying, messing up and all this and that, showing you how to do what you already know how to do. We need somebody to show us how to damn near be perfect. Even if it ain't real, give us something to strive for. Back to Lil Wayne, man. I'm not gonna tell Lil Wayne to stop rapping. I'm just gonna tell Lil Wayne, man, you got to keep up with the times. You got to step your game up. You got to reinvent yourself, and you got to pick some beats that people can listen to, bro. Like, you got some trash ass beats on that album, and your rap style, you done watered it down to cater to the people who've been kissing your ass all this time. They tell you the best at one thing, so you just do that one thing. And once you focus on just that one thing, them punchlines, them metaphors, it just turns your rap style into trash, bro. And it's only, and the shit, the metaphors is okay, but it's only trash because people get tired of that shit. You can't give us a 19-song album, bro, doing the same trick every damn show. Those are his album had chicken and watermelon, and chicken and beer, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? He gave people what they wanted, what he thought they wanted. Nah, man, give us you. Give us you. That's what people appreciated. You. All of you. You're an artist. Pour your heart out on the track, bro. But let's move on from that, man, because I know a lot of y'all didn't catch this next part either. Also, on my album and on the thumbnail, it say Drake tried to go back to Atlanta to colonize some shit. Let me break it down for you. If y'all didn't know, last night Kendrick Lamar did one of his biggest shows in Toronto, Canada, the home of Drake. And everybody was wondering what foolishness, what coonery Drake was gonna try to pull off to mess his show up. Well, a couple things, and I'm gonna tell you what they were. We're gonna start out with the closest, and then we're gonna start moving back all the way to Atlanta, so I can tell y'all what the colonization was or what it was about to be. The closest thing is the Nobu Hotel where your boy Kendrick was staying at. Top 5 fake ass goon from Toronto went live pulling on door handles in the hotel, crying, talking about, look how they got all the doors locked. And I'm like, bro, it's a 5-star hotel. The door's supposed to be locked. Ain't no any geek off the street supposed to get off in these hotels where these people is at. So that was like the #1 Goop Troop move, the closest Goop Troop move to Kendrick. Some fool pulling on all his door handles, calling him a coward because he not walking around with all the doors open where you can get to him and like, bro, if you would have gotten one of them doors where dude was at, you was gonna get smashed out, bro. I know you didn't think you was gonna be able to get to K-Dot. Even if you would have got in a room where K-Dot was, that's where the most dangerous people was gonna be at. They was gonna do something to you, bro. They was gonna smash you, bro. They was gonna stomp you out. You know what I'm saying? Like a cigarette butt. Some more fools had got on the radio and they was like, man, we gotta show Kendrick who the king of Toronto really is, man. It's Drake. And we gonna get together, man. We bought a whole bunch of OVO hoodies and we gonna pass out the OVO hoodies. We need y'all to pull up in y'all cars, with y'all speakers turned all the way up, bumping your favorite Drake song, bring all your dogs. We gonna have free pizza. It's gonna be a pizza party. We gonna pass out OVO hoodies and we just gonna be a good vibe outside. And I'm like, bro, first of all, how can you be a good vibe outside this man's event? Hate. Passing out free shit, food, and OVO hoodies to people who gonna obviously show up with no OVO gear. But you want them to look like OVO fans, so you bought their merch for them. You entice them with free food and a chance to be disruptive. They had about 20 people out there, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. And then the folks got back on there and they were like, man, we sorry, but we're not gonna be able to do it tonight because of location issues. And I'm like, bro, you outside this arena. You didn't realize you were gonna have location issues. Your location issues is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands and thousands and thousands of people showed up to see Kendrick Lamar dissing Drake. And then you had 20 people show up outside bumping Drake or wearing Drake clothes or eating free pizza. That's the issue. You came where you wasn't supposed to be. So they announced that, because you know Drake doing another, not Drake, Kendrick Lamar gonna do another show in Toronto tonight. Also gonna be another sold out show. And now they talking about doing it at some statue. Another goof troop ass move they pulled in Canada was, you know, it was some, I think it's like a Chinese restaurant or something. They had named the meal after Kendrick Lamar when the beef first started. They wanted to have an OVO party there. But it ended up backfiring because the restaurant was giving out free drinks in honor of Kendrick Lamar being in town. So all the people who showed up to support Drake really looked like they were there to support Kendrick. Get the free drinks because Kendrick was in town. Come on, man, how goofy can y'all be? Like, be for real, man. I don't know how smart Kendrick is or how he put his stuff together, but dude had on like impenetrable armor last night in Canada. Everything went his way. He had his way. They are now, if you don't believe me, go to the internet. They are calling Kendrick the king of Toronto. Damn, Drake. Damn. You gonna sue the whole city of Toronto? Man, they gonna really run you up out of there. You think they're trying to run you up out of there? Now they gonna really run you up out of there. So let me tell you what else happened. Let's move on down to Atlanta and get to the colonizer. A lot of y'all might have heard that Drake was supposed to go live with Kai Cenat last night. Kai has moved to Atlanta. So in order for you to go live with Kai, that means you got to run back to Atlanta. But you're not a colleague, you're a fucking colonizer. Because you tried to choose last night at 8 o'clock, the time that Kendrick Lamar was starting his concert, taking over your city. You was gonna be in Atlanta, trying to use somebody in Atlanta to take some of the pressure off of you and some of the fans' views and eyes and ears away from Kendrick. Well, let me tell you something, brother. The people that were gonna be on the internet watching you ain't the people that was gonna be filling up that arena. The people that were gonna be filling up that arena went and did that. Kai Cenat caught on to the fact that you was trying to use him and colonize him and work him and take his platform and do your evil doing. You fucking colonizer. And he said, you know what? Change the plans. We're not gonna have Drake live tonight. What we was actually gonna do, we was gonna have him call in. They started walking that shit back and backtracking that shit so fast. They were like, hey man, yeah, it ain't what y'all thought, man. We apologize for anybody who thought that Drake was actually gonna be anybody that thought Drake was gonna be live. Yeah, man, we were gonna be doing a call in because we wanted it to be about the video, not about me and Drake. Say, man, say fuck the Drake and fuck the G-Lock. I'm just saying, man. And I'm not no bully, bro. I'm not the type of dude that really just be wanting to rub shit in and kick somebody when they down. Bro, you got 400 million. I can't kick you when you down. You better not be down. If you never rap another song, you straight. If you never put out another video, your mama took care of, your daddy took care of. Whether we know how many kids you got, and they can all be, and they all should be took care of. You just was doing too much, bro. And people got tired of, you know what I'm saying? People got tired of you doing so much. Like Chef Cash would say, man, entitled narcissists don't get it. You were doing too much, bro. You start feeling entitled. Oh, I'm gonna tell you some more shit on this song where I felt like they were going and Drake with. Big X said something about you being a bitch, you walk with flip-flops. We all remember the video of Drake walking out the door with that flip-flop and throwing it at the supposedly drone, but at the drone. And that's what I be saying, man. There was also something said about Tupac in this song. Something said about LA and Tupac. Well, Big X is from Dallas, Texas. And Lil Wayne is from New Orleans, Louisiana. But we all know that LA ain't feeling you. Tupac and State family and fans ain't feeling you. And that's why I be saying, man, it's just too much shit in that song, bro. There's too much shit in that song. One song. Also, somebody pointed out that on the intro, and I don't know it word for word, but they were saying something about you was acting like you was my nigga and now you treat me like a white man. Well, if anybody could try to treat you like you they nigga and then get to acting like a white man, it would be a mixed person. Like, you be all in the song. And this is what I be saying. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, their religion or their race or nothing when I say this. But Drake always want to throw up the fact that he's mixed. He's half black, he's half Jewish. My thing is, like Kendrick Lamar say, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more, bro. No more. Because we ain't never heard you say a Jewish slander. Like, what kind of self-hatred type shit is that? Well, you'll slander your black side like it's cool. But you wouldn't dare do that to your Jewish heritage. Like, not at all. And if you did, your Jewish fans and your Jewish family would step back and say, man, what the fuck wrong with you? Are you fucking nuts? What is this? This anti-Semitic shit you saying. And that's the type of shit I be saying, bro. It's like, on some real shit. On one side, you want to be a nigga, but you get to the other side, you're straight white dude. Like, you come to the hood with your hair braided and rocking black clothes and putting grills in your mouth and talking about your super syrup and big booty bitch this and my niggas and all my dogs this, and then you get to the other side, the Jewish side, that's all lawyers and paperwork and contracts and suing motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? You'll switch over so fast and you'll do it like you full-blooded Jewish, like we expect you to pull out the pen, sign the contract, sue people, get the lawyers, you know what I'm saying? A deal is a deal. We shook hands, that type of shit. Right, you can't be the victim man, the mob boss, bro. But I understand you not like us, bro. You grew up half black, so you want to fit in with your black side. And then you grew up half Jewish, so you want to fit in with your Jewish side. Bro, let me tell you something. You're not black and you're not Jewish. You half black and half Jewish. You are your own type of person, bro. You mulatto, some type of way. So maybe you can't be Jewish. You can be Jewish as far as the religion. But maybe you can't be black. You can be black as far as you dress and how you wear your hair and the music people write for you and the beats they choose for you to rap over. But I remember Y'all can go back and see this. When he was young and he was just not getting into the business and he was on camera and they was interviewing him and he was talking about Jay-Z and he was like, man, Jay-Z's that nigger. You see what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even the hood know, bro. You say slick like shit like I was paying mama B when I was only 17, 16, 15, 14, however old. But you say it like you grew up like one of us. And you was out here hustling to pay your mama bills. And you was taking penitentiary chances to pay your mama bills. And you was breaking the law. And you was running from the police. And you was in the trap. And people pulling guns on you and your life was being threatened. No, bro, you was on the stage. Cut it out. You was on stage. You was on the set. Not the set like we grew up on the set. You was on the sound stage. You was on the actor set. Cut. That was the director yelling cut. That was not the nigga in the back of the trap house with the product yelling cut. And that's all I'm trying to get you to see, Drake, man. What Lil Wayne told you when he first signed you, you ain't gotta be nice to be yourself. It's just like we telling Wayne, hey Wayne, do you, don't do what you think people want from you. Get these folks who you are and make them fall in love with it. Quit giving them what they fell in love with, because what they fell in love with, they'll fall out of love with. Chocolate ice cream is just fine until that's all you got. When you don't have another choice, when people tell you you gonna go the next 20 years and you gonna be on this chocolate ice cream, then all of a sudden chocolate ice cream ain't shit no more. You know what messed up? Young girls like Drake too. That's a bad combination when they like each other. I'm just saying. And I don't want to turn this into a we hate Drake thing, but man, I'm giving these jewels and gems. I'm speaking directly to Drake because he might hear this one day. I'm gonna blow up, we know it. Drake, calm down, man. Fall back in yourself, bro. What you should have been did in this rap game was admit that you misjudged, miscalculated, misstepped when you came in Kendrick. It was supposed to be a back and forth, it was supposed to be some dissing, but you started talking about their main friends and family. And he pulled the gloves off. And he tore your ass up. And he's still tearing your ass up. And it's like we say in prison. When you mess with a person's stuff or when you do something to somebody, man, you really can't tell that person how to feel about their shit. You steal a 25-cent soup out that main box. You can't tell him how mad to get about you going in his box, messing with his personal property, stealing from him. Because once you went there and stole that, you took more than a 25-cent soup. You took that man's livelihood, you took that man's manhood, because now that you done stole his soup, it's 2,000 to 3,000 other people in this penitentiary might want to try to do. Unless he make an example out of you. So you can't tell him how to make his example out of you when you started this shit. And speaking of the penitentiary, man, I hate to do it, but I got to do it because I'm a real dude, man, and when I see shit, I'm going to call it out. Y'all know I be on this road, y'all know I get bored, so I be watching shit. I was watching your boy podcast again and his show or whatever it is. You know, G Street and the New Jack Crew. And I seen something. And all his little gay scenes, all that shit, how he gets so into the gay shit, it fucked me up and turned me off of his show. I seen something worse than that. First, I seen him talking about some dude getting something happening to him, and it took him about 5 minutes to explain it, and he kept doing the thing, and he kept making the noises in the morning screaming, and talking about how dude keep crying and whining. And I was like, damn, bro, they got too into this one. Like, you been talking about this dude getting head for 5 minutes. And you started talking about dick in his back and he taking it and all this and that. And I'm like, bro, you really make me feel like you be on that homosexual activity G Street. Because you get so into, you know what I'm saying? You don't even get into the fights like you get into the sex scenes, these gay sex scenes 5-6 times every episode. Dude make it seem like everybody in the state of Louisiana is gay. Because he always talk about how every inmate is raping every other inmate. All the guards that come home from the free world, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They got wives at home, girlfriends at home, and they raping dudes in the penitentiary. These are the guards. And this is what I be tripping on. I'm like, bro, I told y'all, even in prison, we didn't have no gangs of homosexuals banding together and they got their own cliques and crews and they gangs and they attacking folks and this and that. It ain't gonna go down like that. It's not happening. First of all, it go down in a way that makes sense. In the Arkansas Department of Corrections, most homosexuals are in relationships with the dudes that like that type of shit. They don't go and assault straight men when they get horny. They go to the known homosexuals, the ones that wearing their pants tight, the ones that got finger waves and got their hair slick and put makeup on and this and that. That's who they go have sex with. If they're not in a relationship with them, then they'll work out some type of deal with them, they'll pay them or whatever. But that's who these dudes that can't control their sexuality and they horniness go have sex with. That makes sense to me. I don't get the gay stuff, but for a gay person, if you gonna do some gay stuff, it makes sense that you go do it with another gay person, somebody who wanted to do it. Not somebody who gonna try and fight you the whole time, somebody gonna throw it back on you and give it to you the way you want it. Gonna act like a female, they gonna talk to you like a female, they gonna do everything you want them to do. No hustle, no hassle, no fight, no murder charge, no other type of charges. Just charge your little commissary pay. Not only that, but I've seen these men in prison, these dudes, these feminine dudes, take care of other men better than a dude wife would take care of them at home. Brush their teeth, brush their hair, dudes swinging out the bed, and the boy, I had they slippers waiting on them, putting them on their feet before their feet can hit the floor, got their clothes laid out, all that, you know what I'm saying? But in dude stories, every 5 minutes somebody taking something from somebody. I don't get that. Especially not how y'all straight men can sit around and watch one dude walking the bears and 200 people, 100 people, how many people here freeze up and get scared and be like, man, I wonder who he finna snatch up and rape. Nobody. Not in here. You think you gonna walk past all these straight dudes every day and pick out one that you want, beat him up, drag him to the back, and we gonna run back there and watch and listen. And then tomorrow it might be us. No, sir. You the one gonna get beat up around here. We gonna get on your ass. You ain't gonna come in here and do no shit like that, bro. That's like me saying that you gonna come to my family reunion and walk in and pick one of my female cousins or my auntie or my grandma and beat her up in front of the whole family and drag her to the back. And we just gonna sit there and let it happen. We gonna run back there and watch and talk about it. Man, hell no, bro. It don't happen like that in prison no more. I don't know what it was happening back in the 90s or the 80s, but I got there in 2000. Around the same time dude started doing his time. But let me get back to the story about what I was saying. Dude said. He was telling the story about this skinny dude that came in the barracks. That I guess he had tried to help before when some big dudes was about to take advantage of him. And he ended up saving the dude. And later on, that dude and his homeboy came back and beat G ass with battery socks and shit. And he been having migraine headaches and blurred vision ever since. So when he seen this dude, he just got in his feelings. And I knew he was about to do some fuck shit by the way he started changing the story. he started saying half sentences and shit like, man, this the dude that brought. Man, this the reason I got all these migraines, man. I just, every time I look at him, I'm like, every time you look at him, what? You ain't saying nothing, bro, except a dude did you in. So then when it came down to it, this supposed to be New Jack. And when I first heard New Jack, I told y'all that something ain't right. I told you how we do, but this dude said he made a crew that was going around stopping dudes from doing what they were doing. They had a gang and that's all they were doing. And I'm like, okay, that sounds noble, you. But at the same time, until I said that we ain't letting no shit like this go down in prison, real men gonna stop that shit. Then a couple days later is when he came out, he was like, yes, ain't so we formed the crew. That's what made me feel like everything this dude be saying be made up. I know he always talking about, man, such and such a vouch for you. Man, I can go pay any geek off the street to jump on my live and say, man, yeah, we was in prison and Phil was doing this and Phil was doing that. The only time you heard somebody vouch for me is when they was on my live and jumped on there like, yeah, bro, I done heard you. Yeah, man, that dude you talking about, that's my uncle. Such and such, yeah, man, like that. I don't be knowing these people. They know me. Or they know somebody I talked about, because I'm telling you about real people in prison. I'm giving you real names. If I know the real name, I'm giving you the real name. I'm not making up some character or some name and then nobody in the world has ever heard about it and I'm saying, oh yeah, man, I changed the name to protect the innocent or the guilty or whatever. No. People have heard of these people I'm talking about, man. People are related to these people. People know these people. So, he was talking about the skinny dude. And he was like, man, that's the dude that hit me in the battery socket with vision been blurred ever since that I've been having. Setting dude up. And not only did they set him up to get his ass beaten, she was like, yeah, I helped beat his ass and all that. We fucked him up bad. But then I let the some group of dudes, I can't remember if it was just a predator group or a queen group. But he was like, when they get him, and they took him off and changed his manhood settings. And I'm like, hold on, time out, pause, flag on play. You a New Jack crew member, the leader, the nigga who started this shit, remember? And you started this to keep people from coming to prison and getting their sexuality changed against their will. So when you get mad at a nigga, that's how you get him back. And that's what I be telling y'all when I be like, man, you gotta watch these dudes, bro. I keep telling y'all, this nigga sound like a predator. The shit he's saying and the shit they doing, they not moving like a regular gang or a regular crew. They moving like a group of predators. Only thing being left out of the story is the people they predatizing. Unless the stories that he keeps saying he was watching was actually some shit he was participating in. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because I heard this man a few weeks ago talk about how one of the #1 rules in prison, and I already been told y'all, this is mind your business. Stay out people's business. But my thing was, I was asking him like, bro, how do you run and watch everything that's going on in the prison? You ain't missed not nan beating. You ain't missed not nan sexual assault. You ain't missed not nan dirty deal. You seen it all. You was watching it all. And not only was you watching it from afar, you tell me every time a fight pop off, every time an assault pop off, y'all run down to the bathroom and watch. Y'all run down and pop up in the mirror and watch. Y'all run down to the trailer and watch. Y'all do whatever, where it's going on, y'all run and y'all watch this shit. And I'm like, bro, no. Because if you was in prison and you was sticking your nose and that many people business, your nose would be gone by now. I don't care how many people you got rocking with you, bro. You not gonna continuously get in everybody's business. And when I say they get in their business, you ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't gotta put your hand on nothing. Put your eyes on people's business while they doing what they doing. You getting in their business, bro. You think this man gonna be there and sexually assault somebody and drug him in the bathroom away from everybody for y'all to run in there and watch? What type of sense that make? He done drug somebody to a secluded area for y'all just to come down there to the secluded area? Yeah, if he was gonna let y'all watch, he would've did it right there in the open and told y'all just watch out. Man, holler when the guard come. And saying y'all just gonna come back here and gang. And my thing is, What type of real man is sitting around prison watching real life live gay porn? Because that's all it is. And I ain't gonna say that's all it is. It's more than that, because it's not even just gay porn. It's gay non-consensual porn. And that's why I be like, man, it sounds like some homosexual activity to me, because if you ain't getting your rocks off, but this ain't what floats your boat, why is you steady trying to put your eyes on a man's penis going in another man's ass every day? Like, bro, when I say we would stop that, it ain't just because we don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to smell it. Bro, we don't want to be around it. So it's not fit to go down. Just like you telling me that you will let your cellmate come in your cell and smoke crack all day. Or some dude sit around you and smoke crack all day. But you don't smoke crack and you don't want to be around crack smoke. But it's cool just how he doing, that's him. No. Same thing, bro. In Arkansas prison, you not finna come and smoke no damn crack. You not finna come in here and do nothing I don't do.
Please reduce speed.
You feel me? You not finna come in here and do nothing I'm not with.
Please reduce speed.
So if I'm not with the gambling, you not finna come in my room and gamble. If I don't smoke weed, you not gonna come in my room and smoke weed. If I don't smoke cigarettes, you not gonna come in here and smoke a cigarette, bro. That's just how it go. So if I don't participate in homosexual activity, you not fit to do that around here. You not fit to do that around me. I don't want it in these bags. And you damn sure not fit to come in here and get to just taking it. Because that make me feel like one day you might come in here and try to take me. And if we have set the standard and made it seem like it was okay, then how is it gonna not be me one day? That's what I keep asking, like when I watch dudes show, like, bro, everybody in the prison that had their turn to get flipped, when gonna be your turn? Like, you just got to be the luckiest dude in prison. You've been knocked out and beat up and all this shit before in this prison. But when it was your turn to get beat up, luckily, wasn't nobody horny. When you got beat up and left in the hallway, luckily didn't no predator walk down that hallway until your homeboys or somebody that liked you or spared you came through. Like, come on, bro. The stories is not believable. Then I'm gonna tell y'all something else that messed me up. I realized that this dude has been on YouTube about 10 years or better. And I'm like, you done did all type of shit on YouTube for the last 10 years, and all of a sudden, you start telling the gayest stories on YouTube. And that's when your numbers picked up. So of course, I keep telling y'all, it's like Lil Wayne. When you find something that you think gonna work, you're gonna stick with it. So when dudes start telling these penitentiary stories, and he figured out that people was gonna be drawn to the assaults and all the fighting and the gay stuff, that's all he do. That's all he talk about. That's all that's happening in prison. Nobody's standing up to the guards, riding because of how bad the food is and how bad the treatment is. We do that in Arkansas. They do that in Cali. They do that in Colorado. They do that in Texas. They do that everywhere you go. Somebody gonna tell you, hey man, the police treat us like this and we ain't going for it. After so long, we fed up with it. We gonna revolt. We gonna ride. We gonna tear this motherfucker up. But them, even when they had their ride, they wasn't even about to go. They was still running around, whoop, raping, robbing. I said, man, what the hell? Y'all in the middle of a ride, and penitentiary politics dictate that you take time away from pushing the line to trying to take a dude behind. They started raping the guards. I said, come on, man. The guards raping the inmates raping the guards. What the hell is y'all doing? Is this all that goes on in the Louisiana prison system? Because if so,
please reduce speed.
Then you got to explain to me how
Please reduce speed.
a little dude like Young Boy, even though he talked that tough shit,
Please reduce speed.
made it up out of it when he moved the whole take.
Please
You gotta
reduce
tell
speed.
me how a dude like Lil Boosie with his sick ass, cancer
Please
and
reduce speed.
diabetes and all the other shit he got, yellow jaundice, you know what I'm saying, halitosis. Man, how you made it up out of prison? Your booty hole and take. I see you was lifting weights. You got your little swole on while you was in there. You had to. If it's really like they say it is. These dudes ain't doing no time, they doing you.
Please reduce speed.
So
Please
man,
reduce speed.
and I wasn't even trying to turn it into a topic as long as it was. It's just that
Please reduce speed.
fake shit don't sit well with me.
Please reduce speed.
Like even one of my favorite watchers,
Please reduce speed.
I'm not gonna say her name, she knows who she is. I know she's a faithful watcher, dude. We talked in person, we met in person, we talked, and she would text you like, nah, dude, real, and you know what I'm saying, he a millionaire, and all this and that, and I'm like, I don't know how much money dude got, I'm not gonna count his pockets, but I will tell you, if I gonna do live, they paying him good. They giving all the super chats and all that, and his views is up because of all, like I say, controversy and sex sales. If you think gay sex don't sell, you crazy as hell. I seen a 20v1, or should I say a 20v2 with Lil Woody and what's the dude name that be raping folks in prison? The old school dude from the Boondocks. They put him and Woody together because of controversy. And because of the gay shit, they know it's a market for it. At the end of the day, it's all views because the views is what get them paid. I don't get paid from views. My channel is not monetized no more. It ain't been monetized in over a year. And I still do my shows. I don't leave y'all hanging. I don't post my cash app, be like, man, send me some money. I could probably make enough money on YouTube that I don't have to drive trucks and I don't have to get out here and try no extracurricular activity, hustling and all this and that. I could just sit back and do YouTube every day. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all the celebrity news every day. Give y'all the entertainment updates and, you know what I'm saying? Talk about Puffy and Drake and Lil Wayne and Clarissa Shields, Papoose, them, all that shit every day. And pay my bills off of it. But my channel not monetized. So I had to get up and go to work. These dudes got time to sit back and make up the most scandalous, the most diabolical and gay stuff they can come up with in order to get views and get paid. I ain't got that luxury. And even if I had the time, my mind ain't gonna let me sit back and lie to y'all like that and give y'all all this false shit as entertainment. When I'd rather be educating you and putting you up on something and changing your perspective on life. Let's move on and talk about some real shit. Yesterday on my Facebook page, and I know I always tell y'all what's going down, so I'm gonna give y'all Facebook name. It's Phil Nichols. PHNICHOLS. Now, what I put on my Facebook page yesterday was a picture. And it's a picture like in a break room at a job. And it's all types of bags and lunch boxes and all this stuff. And I didn't get it when I first looked at the picture because I started reading the caption. And it was talking about, the post said that these people can come pick up their family members' belongings. And I was thinking, what happened? Like, was it a mass shooting or something? These people's family members are dead? And as I kept looking into it, I found out, nope. These people have been snatched up by ICE. These people got snatched up by ICE, and all their properties and their bags and their lunches and stuff was at the job. And which in my eyes wasn't nothing but a setup, because anybody walking there to get in there and stuff was probably gonna be handcuffed, arrested, thrown in the back of an ice van. As I looked at this room, and it's just a small break room, my mind immediately made the connection to the West Banks of Africa. And I thought, to some degree, this is what the West Shores of Africa looked like. When there was people out there working, doing their job, minding their business, not knowing that they wasn't gonna make it back home to see their kids, or they wasn't gonna make it back home to see their husbands or their wives or their parents or whatever family members they got left behind when they got snatched up by ICE 400 years ago and put on their ship. That version of ICE snatched them away from their family and friends and their religion and their morals and everything they knew, and put them in the bottom of a ship instead of the back of an ice van or an ice truck. And I made a post and I put the picture and I stated exactly what I just said. And I'm like, man, you gotta realize this is how these people, the shores was looking when the clothes and the baskets and the tools that they was working with on the shores or in the woods that day in the forest, and they just got snatched up, kidnapped, and drugged. Out down there, I don't know, I was just also, I don't know how much y'all missed, but I was down there crying. As I made this post, I had to go extend it because this girl came on my post. She was like, I'm so tired of y'all comparing what's going on with these Mexicans to what was going on with our ancestors and all this and that. And I'm like, bitch, you the problem. Because you act like you don't realize that there is a direct connection with what's going on with these Mexicans, to what went on with us. And she talking about how we lost our language and we don't even speak our language no more and all this and that, and they still speak Spanish. And I'm like, you know why they speak Spanish? Because they came from their land over here and they still speak Spanish right now. But you realize some of these people that are being deported ain't being taken back to Mexico. They're being taken to whatever country that'll take their ass, and America is blackmailing and threatening some of these countries to take these folks. They being took away from their kids. Like, you gotta realize there's some people that at their job, who property you looking at, drop their kids off at a daycare every morning. Drop their kids off at a babysitter, at a boys club, at somewhere. And these people ain't never gonna see their kids again. These people have been detained and be dropped off in El Salvador, South America. They not from South America. Their kids not from Guatemala, wherever they gonna try to make it back to. Their kids is from Houston, Texas. Their kids is from Los Angeles. That's where they were born and raised at. These kids will never be able to find their parents. They were going to a system or get shipped, you know what I'm saying? Some of these parents is in South America and they fighting to get back to America to get their kids, and by the time they get to Central America, their kids gonna be getting flown to South America. By the time they make it back to America or get word to America, their kids not here no more. Or their kids not at their babysitter or at their boys club, they in somebody's detention center. You feel me? America has did exactly what I told you America wanted to, which was go back to the slave days when they said make America great again, and y'all said when was America great? And I said when we were slaves and the Europeans was there, they wanted to do. What they doing it again? They breaking up families just because of what race you are. They mistreat folks just because of what race they are. They dealing with these folks with no cause, no constitution, no laws, no nothing, just because of the race they are, and it's because the race they are different from the race they are. Same thing they did to us. Because we were black and they were white, they felt like they had a different set of rules. When it came to mistreating us, they could do it. They did it and they did it and they did it for 400 motherfucking years. Until one person, it wasn't black, like it's gonna take somebody who's not Mexican, stood up and say, you know what? And it don't matter what his reason was for doing it, but he stood up and said, you know what? We can't do this no more. We gotta change. We gotta go about this different. We gotta rewrite the rules. We got to include them. We got to give them their rights. We got to. Or America just not gonna run. It already ain't fit to keep running the way you want it to run, but it ain't gonna run at all if we don't get some inclusion going on. And also what I said on my Facebook page was, a lot of y'all think that we gonna get Donald Trump out of office and this shit just gonna magically heal itself. It's gonna go back. But I'm telling you, man, a lot of these folks that act like they not with it are with it. A lot of these politicians that act like they're not with it are with it. Republican and Democrat. You don't know how many presidents after president after president after Trump is gonna be like, man, well, I just can't change everything overnight. Or we're trying to get it done, but it's a process. Or, well, we just ain't got the votes to change anything yet. You see what I'm saying? Shit went bad overnight. Ain't no guarantee somebody gonna come in and fix that shit overnight. Because ain't no guarantee that it's not gonna take another 400 years until some non-Mexican, non-black person stand up and say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Change. We had Obama in office. He never once stood up and say, fuck this shit. Change. Obama say, you know what? Hope. Hope. Yeah, I got a niece named Hope. Shout out to my niece Hope. And shout out to my niece Aaliyah. I don't want them growing up in the world that they about to grow up in. The world we thought we had got so far away that we had overcome. And I tell y'all, black people are fine with the saying, shit, it ain't me. Yeah, it is, nigga. Yeah, it is. It done been you. That's why I can beat them. Because they already did it to us. They've been holding us down ever since. Old girl that came on my Facebook page with that bullshit was talking about what the hell we need to concern ourselves with these damn Mexicans for when the police and white folks out killing us. We need to be saving ourselves. And I said, see, dumb bitch, that's why I'm fit to block you off my page as soon as I get through schooling you and educating you right quick. But you're gonna get this message first. So I'm gonna make sure you read it and respond with whatever bullshit you're gonna respond with, then I'm gonna just block you. So I had to tell her, I'm like, do you not realize it's a brand new Willie Lynch syndrome? One, instead of saying, okay, well, we light skinned and y'all dark skinned, I got good hair and you got nappy hair, or I work in the house and you work in the field. Now you dumbasses are saying shit like, well, they deporting y'all, they killing us. You know how stupid you sound. They deporting y'all, but they killing us. Listen here, ignorant people. Give me your ear for a minute. We gonna educate you. In the country of the United States of America, black people make up 13% of the overall population. 13%. Not even 15%. Spanish people make up 18% of this country. 18%. Not even 20%. European Americans, white folks, make up 51%. That's an overwhelming majority. And I say overwhelming majority because you can take everybody else in America and you only gonna get 49%. everybody else, and you only get 49%.
Please reduce speed.
And when I tell you that black and brown
Please reduce
need to
speed.
look at who they come in opposition is, they come in oppressor is, they come in opposites, they ops by every sense of the word, all the OPP words. They need to realize only way we gonna come close to standing up against them, to getting anything done, is side by side. It's gonna have to be black and brown together. If we gonna come together and put our foot down and say, hey, you're not gonna keep killing us. You're not gonna keep deporting us. Because let me tell you something. The deportation is gonna end up with them starting to kill brown people. Because they criminalizing them. They're trying to put the government and the military on you for protesting the evil they doing against you like they do us. They do you wrong, and when you send up against, they say, look, they fighting back. Evil, 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 criminal. They protesting, they fighting, they running their mouth, they making signs, they marching, they stepping. Evil, 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 criminal. On the other hand, black people, once it started getting so easy for them to deport whatever brown person they want to deport, then it's going to start getting easier for them to deport whatever black person they want to deport. What we going to do? That's what they saying. What they ain't doing shit yet. So what they going to do then? Pretty soon, we going to get that 31 number down to 21. And then it's going to be fucking. Do what you want to do. We're going to lock your ass up. We're going to get your ass the fuck up out of this country. Because if you ain't realized, man, they've been trying to tell you to go back where you came from. With us, there's no definite where we came from. For them to say, okay, well, I'm taking your ass back to Haiti. I'm taking your ass back to Kenya. You going to Ethiopia. I'm going to drop your ass off of Madagascar. You taking your ass over into the Nile River. You going to Egypt. With Spanish people, they just drop them off in any Spanish location. Anything south of the Canadian American, not the Canadian, but anything south of the Mexican American border, they say it's fair game. It ain't even got to be in Central America.
Please reduce speed.
They're gonna take them anywhere they can. Central America, South America, just get them the hell out of North America. It's funny, man. I got the whole Purge series, including Meet the Blacks, because Meet the Blacks is an official Purge movie. You can learn so much about your government watching these movies. It's all in there. It's all in there. You can learn a lot about the Mexican, Spanish, objective from the Forever Purge. You can learn a lot about the African American objective from the first Purge. It's so many different movies and so many different perspectives and things that you're going to learn watching the movies and how they deal with us and how they want to deal with us and the things they say. Like, they damn near say it, make America great again. It's just scary, man, when you watch that, not the killing part, but the governmental aspect of the things they objectives is, what they're trying to accomplish behind the scenes. I encourage y'all to watch the movies, man, and and study and pay attention. Don't just be entertained. I don't know what else to say, man. Just keep your eyes and your ears open. I really ain't heard nothing about the 49ers taking over Rangers Football Club.
Please reduce speed.
When you say Rangers Football Club, it makes me think you're talking about a European league. Because I know they call theirs football clubs instead of football teams. So I don't know too much about it. It's the only football club I paid attention to or did any type of learning about was a team I think out of Denmark called the Razorbacks. And that's because I'm a Razorback from Arkansas. My favorite color blue, and they Razorback football club jerseys are blue, so I've been trying to see if I can order one from overseas, and it ain't been easy. What's up, Tuka?
Please reduce speed.
But man,
Please reduce speed.
it is what it is with all these situations. We just trying to see if we can turn it into something better. So it don't just have to be what it is. It can be better. You know, my thing with America is
Please reduce
America has more space being unused
Please reduce speed.
than space that is being used. But they always complaining on population problems and we got too many Mexicans over here doing this and that and black people doing this and that. Well, guess what?
Please reduce speed.
If you would go to some of those places like North Dakota, South Dakota,
Please reduce speed.
Wyoming, and develop those states, people could live there, people could thrive there and work there. Don't tell me they couldn't have people who's working and thriving in Alaska. It's gonna take a certain type of person, but just being real, it takes a certain type of person to live wherever you live in. I don't care if it's New Orleans, Houston, Little Rock, Atlanta, New York. It takes the type of person to live there to live there. If it didn't, then your folks wouldn't be there and move. Because people who live in New York lucky. Outsiders come and they be like, man, the hallways smell like piss. Nobody has a damn car, but everybody driving, everybody clogging up the damn street. You got to walk everywhere you go. You got to take the train if you want to get somewhere. Everybody's not going to be with that.
Please reduce
You
speed.
know what I'm saying? Some states is gonna look at you like you a bum or you the scum of the earth if you gotta take public transportation. And some states is gonna look at you like, nigga, if you don't get your ass, sell that damn car and start taking the air train or start taking the whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get to work, if you're trying to get somewhere, you damn dummy. Just how it is.
Please
Like,
reduce speed.
when I go grocery shopping, I'm coming in with so many groceries that I got to go to the trunk, load up everything I can get, take it in the house, and come back out. I might have to make a couple more trips. People in New York go to the grocery store, they got to walk back a few blocks wherever with their bags, so they not coming back with 20 bags. They getting what's necessary. They live in these apartments ain't big as these houses we live in. They don't have that space, so they not buying all the shit we buying. You New York, motherfuckers might go get a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment and they doing good. I'm one man. If I went to go get an apartment right now, I promise you it wouldn't be a 1 bedroom. Just me by myself, I would need at least a 2 bedroom. And even that'd probably be less than a 1 bedroom. But what I'm saying, we can develop this country, man, and have room for the people that we have here. If y'all want to change the laws and all that, then we need to vote on tweaking and amending the whole Constitution. I say that because ain't none of our forefathers had no hand in writing their Constitution. Ain't none of their forefathers had no hand in writing their Constitution. That shit was wrote against us, not for us.
Please reduce speed.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was wrote against us. But here we are. After all these hundreds of years, we living by this shit and making do with it, being mistreated by it. And then you get to this dude and he shows us how easy it is to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not gonna do what that shit say. I don't care about no damn oath. If y'all remember, he ain't put his hand on that Bible and take that oath. And what they say after that, well, you don't have to. It's just been, I don't want to hear that you don't have to. This is America. We got traditions, remember? We got things that you should honor, like the presidential oath of office. Come on now. The Constitution. Come on, bro. Anyway, it's about time for me to let y'all go, man, so y'all can get back to enjoying y'all Friday. I wish you well in your endeavors and everything you got going, you and your family, your loved ones. And on that note, don't be afraid to take that long road instead of that wrong road. Do things the long way instead of the wrong way. Find somebody to help. Tell somebody you love them. You know I love y'all, and I appreciate you. We out.